It's 8:10. We have 150 people coming over here in less than an hour. So basically, about 3 weeks ago, we got the news that this summer trip that we had planned to go to this camp that we met at, that's a Bible camp, it's a religious camp, wouldn't allow us to cook anymore because they found out that we didn't believe it was a sin to be gay or trans. So it turns out our kids still went to the camp to help cook, but we weren't allowed.
Half of our kids.
But instead of sitting around and feeling sorry for ourselves, we decided to do a breakfast at home and make waffles for whoever wanted to show up. So that's what we're gonna do. That's half the waffle batter that I made yesterday. There's more in the downstairs fridge. I should say, when we told people that we weren't gonna cook, someone also just like sent us $500 who we don't know and said it was to make waffles. And then someone else sent us syrup from Vermont, like just in the mail.
I want a waffle.
You want a waffle? All right, in 45 more minutes, we're gonna have waffles, okay?
Okay.
These are the waffle irons I'm gonna be using today. I got this new cast iron one that I'm pretty excited about, but I don't know if today's the day to be trying out new things. We'll see. All right, we're all ready for fresh squeezed orange juice. So we just got these aprons that Amy designed. You designed this?
Well, actually Hannah did the actual graphic design.
Okay, so what's that mean?
Well, I was watching Stranger Things and I saw that they had this camp Nowhere, K-N-O-W-W-H-E-R-E, and I thought, but the Crawfords need to go to a camp now that they got kicked out of their other camp, and I know the perfect one.
So what do we got here?
Okay, so we have sparkling water, which I like to call jazz water. Some champagne.
Champagne for mimosas? Look at this. The first waffles are off. This is the taste test.
All right.
Try one of these out. I forgot your name, but...
Hannah.
Hannah.
Thank you.
I've been wanting to try these for a while.
Those are gonna work? We're about 300 waffles in. We're opening up the champagne. And we got some folks here.
He wants a name tag. Alright. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Deeper Roots provided coffee for us this morning. This is our coffee bar. Pretty amazing. 2 kinds. 1, 2.
Oh my gosh. That party was,
Intense.
yeah. I'm worn out.
I felt really wasted, but really fulfilled too. It was a really, really cool party. What really struck me was there was several people and families that came from states away. I mean, I think the furthest was Massachusetts, and these were people who didn't even know who we were. I mean, we didn't know them. I guess they knew us through the vlog, but I just thought that was really cool that
It was like a 16-hour drive.
Yeah, 16 hours would drive that far for something like this when we don't even really know each other.
And I was more blown away by, there's a few other stories. One person in particular who's a friend of ours, a lot of our friends came, people that we hadn't seen in a while. Or
Yeah.
It's funny who like didn't show up. There's some friends that have kicked us out of things that we invited that they didn't show up. But other people that had been kicked out of something or felt like they weren't a part of something, they came. And one person showed up, like a friend that we've been hanging out with, and I see her coming up our front steps and she's just in tears. And she had just gotten a text message that morning because she had posted something on Facebook yesterday and the people had contacted her and said that she's not welcome anymore to be a part of their church thing. And she was like just crying, and she was even supposed to help with something today, and she was just like really freshly hurting. And I could tell that there's people here who have been through that. I want to be around those types of people because I think sometimes those people, they just like slip away and they fade away. And when you're having fun doing your thing, your club, I mean, I don't know if we said this earlier, but this was called the 2019 Waffle Inclusion because of what happened to us. I don't know, I wanted to share at the party, or I thought about like doing a little talk thing about inclusion, but really I think for me this was just like, even to ourselves, our actions need to speak louder than our words. And when we got uninvited to Bible camp this year, I felt like there was like 3 options for us. One is to like just be quiet about it and just disappear. And I was like, well, that's not an option. We're gonna tell our story as honestly as possible. We've been doing it for 4 years. We're not stopping now.
We're not very good at being quiet.
The second way is to fire back and to be like, you say that we suck, well, we're gonna say that you suck. And we're gonna boycott you and not show up and talk about how much Bible camps and churches and all these other organizations suck. But I actually don't believe that's even true.
Like those things really served their time for us, and that it wasn't all bad. Like there was a lot of good things, and I think a lot of people, it's just not so simple to say, oh, that's bad. I think a lot of people need tribes and those systems for a while to, you know, feel safe or feel like they have a purpose.
Or sometimes people feel like, oh, that person is exclusive, they exclude me, so I'm gonna exclude them. Or that organization is excluding people.
So then you just like continue the problem.
You're using the same
exclusion.
weapons. And for me, like growing beyond that, you need different weapons and different tools. I mean, really, you need love. You need something that's powerful enough that says, I can be around you and it's not threatening to me. I think love is that way.
I think love says, I'm not gonna treat you like you treated me.
Like, you don't have to believe something to be around me. Like, it's okay to just believe exactly what you believe, even no matter what you say. Because that's the irony of, I know there's a lot of people at Bible camp this week who have contacted me already, and family members that are cooking up there today, that they believe the same thing we believe. But they're just not allowed to talk about it, because they know, like, what happened to us. So, if you weren't able to make it to this waffle thing, but if you feel or have felt excluded from groups or people or churches or clubs, and if that's been hurtful to you, I guess I just want to say our heart goes out to you, and we know what that's like, and you're not alone, and I hope you know that there's people out there like you. We're fighting for a more inclusive world. We think that's like what God is and what love is and what we want for our family, and specifically for this channel, what we want for our kids. And this channel is called Fight for Together. If we're saying that certain things are sinful or certain beliefs or practices are not acceptable here, when our kids start to believe and practice those things, we're teaching them that they will not be acceptable here. We want to be bigger than that as parents. All right, now we're actually off to Disney World.
Disney World!
We told the kids, hey, since we're not doing this, we want to plan something fun. I hope it's fun for them, because I don't know if it'll be fun for us. It was so funny, because we were like, to me, we're like dropping a ton of money to do this. We're driving down there, leaving tonight. We just planned. And we were like, hey, we're going to Disney World. Filia was like, what's Disney World? And then we're like, well, it's like a park. And Rainier was like, oh, a park.
Oh, a park.
And we're like, well, no, there's no slides. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.